It's Trish and Jenn from the Love Corner. No, we're from Talk It Over, and this is the Love Corner.
We do this every time.
I do. I'm going to get this right one day. So Trish and Jenn from Talk It Over, the only dating relationship podcast that begins in bed. And this is the Love Corner. Oh gosh. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. I know I am. I am all toasted from my vacation.
No, you're glowing.
Yeah,
glowing. You have vacation glow.
Listen, and I want to hold on to it as long as possible.
Right? That's a
because when it starts to fade, you're just like, oh, like a piece of you goes with it. I want to keep this forever. Don't want to let it go. No. It's been good though. Just coming back from vacation and just kind of getting slowly back into the swing of things. Listen, I tell everybody, like I've been telling everybody, go on vacation. You need one. Why? Because you'll come back so much more relaxed and happy to be around the people you normally don't want to be around.
Mm-hmm. Especially after the year everyone had.
And it wasn't bad. Like traveling, I haven't been vaccinated. I've been fortunate, knock on wood, I've been fortunate not to have had COVID. I've done a lot of traveling with, of course, safety precautions and being very safe and mindful of how I've been traveling. But this is my first time going overseas since all of this started. Since, they shut everything down and said we couldn't really, pandemic, don't go anywhere. I'm not vaccinated. Right now, I don't really intend on being vaccinated. That's just my own thing. If it's for you, I say do it. I know a lot of people who are vaccinated or are getting vaccinated. Just for me, I need a little bit more research before I decide that's what I want to do. But going was very easy. I took a rapid PCR test here before I left. I had the results in 24 hours, was able to go, no problem. Showed my results when I got there at the airport. They gave me a blue pass. They said, don't lose it, because if you lose it, you're going to have to quarantine in your hotel for 14 days. I said, no problem. I won't lose it. Got to the hotel, gave it to the hotel, which basically cleared me to roam free.
Right.
And then coming back 2 days before we came back, we, right at the hotel, I made an appointment in their lab, which they turned a conference room into a lab. The day before we left,
brilliant.
Went to my appointment. It took 30 minutes. By 5 o'clock and went at 7 o'clock in the morning. By 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I think it was earlier than that, I had my results. As long as you're negative, you can leave the island. Now, if you're not negative,
you have to test to go and to come back. I know to come back, but so they have a rule to go there too.
Yeah. So you have to, in order to get into the island, you have to be negative. And in order to come back into America, you have to be negative. Yeah. I quarantined for 3 days, took another COVID test, negative results, which you kind of expect because, you're negative leaving the island, Right. But honestly, it wasn't difficult. Like it wasn't anything difficult. It was actually really, really, really easy. Yeah. And it seems we have a special guest today. Hey, Olin.
Hi, Olin.
Yo, what's happening?
Nothing. We're still talking about my vacation. We really haven't started the show yet, but we've started the show yet. So stay. No, stay.
Y'all out here. Yeah, I came to crash the party.
You did crash it.
You did. Welcome. I was literally about to tell what we're talking about today.
Oh, I come on time.
Yeah, so you actually right on time.
Nice.
Listen, I had to explain to the people how vacationing is, and I'm encouraging everybody go on vacation if you can afford it, and go for the peace of mind and the relaxation, insanity. Go somewhere.
Never know. They might pop up on you. As much as you travel.
I didn't say come here. You don't want a vacation, right?
Mm-mm.
Go.
But you leave so much. Jenn, how are you?
Good. My class started, my 3-month program started. I have a group of people that are just, they're amazing. It's so good. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited it's happening. And it's keeping me very busy.
So did y'all already discuss what your class is about?
No. You see, this is why, Olin, you right on time. Because we just girl talk. You got one on a good question.
Hey, listen, they say I don't mean to crash the fun. They say, girls just want to have fun. So I'm the fly on the wall today. But I did want to know, you started your class, so I've seen some of the taping, so I know what to prepare for. I'm a little bit prepared. But I might just, duck out the side exit once it gets too hot up in here, y'all.
Well, this week's topic is actually.
It's gonna be good.
Jenn, should I bring this in? Yeah, let me bring this in. Okay.
Yeah.
So this week we are talking about celibacy and waiting until marriage. Whoa! What? Hold on. So here's why.
I'm not here.
No, don't abandon me. Don't abandon me, please.
I'm here for the comments.
So this question, actually, this is a me question. This isn't like anybody. Why you? Why? Okay. So
I had to do the same thing.
So, and I'm gonna dive in. Since y'all are always with us every single week, this is something that's going on in my life, and I want to discuss it. So, I met this really great guy, and there's nothing wrong with him. Literally, nothing wrong with him. He's like perfect, right? He buys me tea kettles, blankets, electric toothbrushes that are like way too damn expensive. I would never buy it. Like he takes really good care of me. But I said we weren't going to consummate the relationship until I had a definite idea of where this was going, meaning engagement, marriage, something. And he said, okay. So today, look at your face, Olin. You agree? You don't agree? Celibacy until marriage?
Again, this is y'all show.
Just a fly on the wall.
Yeah, this is y'all show.
Oh, wait, Olin.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Trish said she wasn't a gifts person?
I wasn't gonna bring that up. That was in an earlier podcast. I didn't know if the fans of Love Corner knew that about Trish. So I wasn't gonna bring that up, but go ahead. That was the love languages.
Listen, gifts is really last on my love languages, but he has managed to nail it. Like again, I've had people give me gifts, and I'm like,
who knew?
This isn't really
electric toothbrushes was right up her alley.
Let me tell you, when he showed up with that toothbrush, I was like, you listen.
Oh, so it was.
It wasn't even funny, y'all.
It was something that you had asked for.
No, it was something that I told him I used to have and I lost. So we were just talking. And I was telling him, he was telling me he had to go to the dentist, and I was telling him, oh, I have the best dentist. They had given me this electric toothbrush when I went for a deep cleaning, and I lost the toothbrush. And it was like, the toothbrush is like $100. I'm not spending $100 on a toothbrush. I'm not. We're not doing it. And he showed up with the toothbrush.
And you got turned on and then told him still.
No sex until marriage.
You was like, this is hot. This is the hottest gift anybody's ever gotten me. But
listen, when I got back from
the way my check-in is attached to my savings.
I gotta move stuff from the savings into the check-in, and then I gotta call the bank. Yeah. Nah, we still not giving it up. And I love tea. I make tea all the time. Every night before I go to bed, I make tea. But I didn't have a tea kettle, which is like, whatever. I just boil some water on the stove. It didn't make any sense to me. I came back from my vacation and he bought me a ombre pink tea kettle with a bamboo handle. This joint is so fly. And I was like, you You know I like tea, and I didn't have a tea kettle, and you bought me a tea kettle, but I still didn't give him that.
So what's the, so tell us what is the, like, what's behind the decision for you? Because I feel like it's more, it's like what's underneath the choice there. That's the thing that's worth talking about.
So I'll be honest. See, Olin, you can't do that to me. Okay, I'm not looking at Olin. I literally am covering your face.
Trish,
You right here? Okay, we're right here. Focus.
Okay.
So the decision comes because I feel like I've been in enough relationships where I've been promised the world. And, you know, we get through the relationship, everything's going well, everything's going great. And then we consummate the relationship, and then I see a change, and I feel like things start to go this way. I see people pull away, or then they become manipulative. And I've had my share of good relationships and bad relationships. This is just one time that I just said, no, I don't want to do it. Like, if you're going to be with me, you're going to be with me for all the other reasons except for sex. Now, seeing that I'm also in school and I'm in this whole discovery of like different realms of my sexuality that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
I also am in this space where I'm like, I'm exploring and I'm learning and I'm pleasuring and I'm diving deeper into my sexuality. I'm not ready to, I'm barely getting through it. I don't want to share this part of me with anybody at the moment. And so we're not. I just said, I'm not doing it. Between school and just past relationships, I just said, if you want to be with me, you're going to be with me for every other reason except that. And then if we get to the marriage portion, or, get to engagement or something solid, and, it happens, it happens. But until then, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
And this is coming from someone that is like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got your personal reason. Is the question, do we agree?
How do we all feel about this celibacy until marriage thing? Because everybody,
Jen,
all of my girlfriends who I have told this to, they were like, Tricia, really? You? Yes, me. Like, you had the face. When I told Jen
that's an indictment. That's an indictment. Jen, this is your show. What are your thoughts, Jen?
I have so many thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many thoughts. So I think that first of all, I think what's amazing about this decision that you've made is that you're thinking what is right for me as an individual. And so I love that. Right? I think everyone should think, because I think so much of what we believe about sexuality, we inherited from what we were told. Our parents told us, or religion told us, or society tells us, right? And
Hustler.
there's
Hustler
not
magazine
Hustler, porn, right? Like we're learning, we're being told what we should think about sex. And what I really do advocate for is for people thinking like, what are the rules in my relationship that we decide? What do I believe is right and wrong for me as an individual? And I think that anytime someone's really, really, really thinking for themselves, then it's a good thing. And you can do this and you can decide something different. Like you can change your mind if you decide to change your mind. And so I think from that standpoint, I love it, because I know you are deciding what is right for me. I know that it's not, hey, I'm worried other people are going to think this or that. So I really appreciate that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's at the top of my list. I think there's also a really big difference between someone never having sex in their life, getting married and having sex for the very first time in their lives with someone for the very first time. That's also a really different scenario than what you're talking about.
That's what I thought the topic was about, that scenario.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like, here's the thing. I feel like I feel like it's actually easier if you've never engaged in any kind of sex to wait until to continue the abstinence until marriage, right? Like if you never experienced it, it's something you want to hold for your husband or save for your husband or vice versa. I think that's like a conscious decision and people will respect that. Moreover, I have an entire 9-year-old. I have an entire kid upstairs. So you know, I was busy doing a whole bunch of different stuff. I feel like now people are like, you're gonna wait till marriage? Like you've already done it. Why are you waiting? Like you both have already had sex. You both have already consummated relationships before. Why are you waiting? And I'm like, it's just a personal decision. Like I'm at a stage in my life where, again, like Jenn said, I can wait. I can wait. And it does not bother me that I'm waiting. It's not an expectation. It's just something that I'm wholeheartedly just want to do.
But you both each know what your like patterns are. You both know roughly what your sex drive is like. Like you can have these conversations and know if you meet up. If you've never had sex and you get married and that's the first time you've had sex, you don't know, like there's no data around compatibility. Yeah. And I would argue people that, okay, I really should back this up with some research and I don't have it. So I'm just going to say, this is just my opinion.
Okay.
It's truly my opinion. I really wonder if people that wait to have sex till they're married, and that's the only person they ever had sex with, what happens 10 years down the road in the marriage, 20 years down the road? Do people say, you know what? I just don't even know because this is the only thing I know. I just wonder if they look back and question. So it might seem like a good decision for them in the moment, but then how many people way down the road? And how many people are making that decision as a young person because that's truly their decision and not influenced by religion or parents?
This is true.
That would be my, I'm sorry. Can I speak?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Speak?
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Yeah, that was my, I agree with Jenn on that. I was thinking the same thing, like how much of it is the influence of some overt structure that is, designed to just inflict its own control, its own systems on the minds of, young people or anybody that's indoctrined. And is it something they truly want, or is it something that they're, being put under pressure in order to fit in, right? They don't want to be the outcast, or, they don't, like Jenn said, they don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And so, I don't know. I mean, it sounds good on paper. In the real world and practicality, I don't know. I don't know if I could get behind it. Me personally, life's too short. I just feel like any day could be the day. So,
But it won't be. Not until I get married.
No, I mean, when I say that,
relationship, then anything is game.
Well, no, what I meant by that, not to bring a sense of morbidness into the conversation, but like, we're all going to not be here one day.
Exactly.
And so my thought process, and this is just me personally, is like, yeah, what am I waiting for? For what? For who? Like, I'm not guaranteed that I will make it to the altar,
This is true. And we've even had this conversation like about waiting, because as you can imagine, he's like 40, I'm 37. This is a lot, like making this decision not to, and I'm not saying, we both are warm-blooded human beings. We kiss, we make out, things get hot and heavy. And then I'm like, whoa, pump the brakes.
I mean, that's a grown decision though.
Huh?
That's a grown decision, though. What you guys have agreed to, that's a grown decision. Like, you've come to that.
Yeah. It is a very grown decision.
From experience.
Exactly. But at any point in time, we can always, if we decide, you know, 6-7 months down the road, we decide, you know what?
It's not working, or
It's not, that's not, we're going to take it further, then so be it. It's going to be a decision that we both make. But right now, the decision is not to, and to wait until marriage. And believe it or not, he's okay with it. I've tried this before.
Mm-hmm.
And have been told, girl, you tripping. Flat out. Girl, you tripping.
I have two thoughts. One is, okay, first, I feel bad that anyone mistreated you. So those guys can go to hell in a handbasket.
I love Jenn. This is why I love Jenn. She be ready to fight.
Yeah. I'm Italian. To give me their names and addresses, put horses' heads in their beds. But I do think that, like, you know what? I'm glad they showed you their true colors.
Yeah. I mean, no time was wasted.
Yeah.
No time was wasted on either. Yeah.
No time is wasted. But, you know, there's also something sacred about being intimate with another person and allowing someone into yourself. I believe that wholeheartedly. And I think after the last, like, real relationship I was in, I was like, I'm tired of saging. I'm tired of having the yoni steam and dumb shit. Like, no, it's just not happening. Like, and I like, again, I just got to a point where I said, no, this isn't what I want. And truthfully, we have a very intimate relationship. Like, it's crazy how intimate things get without actually having to have sex. Jenn knows it. Like, there's a ton of foreplay that can be had and satisfaction that can be had without actually having sex.
Yeah.
So even though we're celibate and we're not consummating the relationship, like, we still kiss and we still spend a lot of time together. And, you know, let's say we're like at like first base. Hold on, what is first base?
Kissing.
Okay, we're at second base.
Wow. So
that's it. That's as far as it goes. So we've gone a little further than. There's been no penetration at all. Y'all, all my business. All my business. Right. It's okay though. No penetration. There's been
Well, listen.
I think like this. Second base. But no further than second base, and that's where we're leaving it at. And even like that's like second base is like on occasion. Like that was the tea kettle. Right. You want me a tea kettle? Oh, we're not gonna have sex, so we might go a little far today. Again, it's a conscious decision that has been made between the two of us. And I think same thing with him. Like, he was in a relationship, was engaged in a relationship, and it just didn't work out before they got married. And he was by himself for about 3 years. Like, took the time, did the work, you know, went through therapy, did everything that he needed to do to get himself back whole again before he started dating someone. And then he met me. And so I was like, okay, well, in all this time, have you been with anyone? And he was like, no. Like, oh, so you've been celibate this entire time? He's like, yeah. Oh, well, we can continue that pattern. And he was okay with it. It just, like I said, it just worked for us. Now, I don't see this being a 3, 4, 5 year long thing.
Right.
But for now, I'm like, let's keep going with it. Let's see how far we can go.
I have a thought. Oh, go ahead, Olin. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think your reasoning is sound to me. You know, I don't see any issues.
Oh my God, those are cute glasses.
Oh, thank you. They have a glare on them, which is why I didn't have them on. See, Olin, I tell you, we talk like girlfriends. You know.
I know. I'm just, like I said, I'm just here. I'm here for the comments. I'm here to support.
Yeah, you are. So, okay. Olin.
Yes. What?
Final thoughts. If this was you, what would you say? Yes or no?
If
celibacy.
No, I'm not there. I mean, but but your reasons, if I had your reasons, then I'd probably be like, okay, that makes sense. But not me, no.
Okay.
I gotta sample before I buy.
before you buy.
Yeah.
My mama
I don't want to end up in a situation where it's just like not compatible.
Well, then that's why you send her to me and Jenn.
No, there's some things that can't be fixed.
Thank you, Jenn. Jenn was like, no.
I mean, it can be fixed.
I think so, because I think there's some things, because you do have experience and he does have experience. Like there are some things you probably can talk through and determine some compatibility. But like there are some compatibility issues that can't be fixed. Do we have that left, Trish?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
So I was gonna say, I think there's a really the underlying thing that I think happens for a lot of people who decide to be celibate is there's a shame component. And I feel like if you're not making this decision from a place of like shaming, it's really different. So shame is just so pervasive when we're talking about sex. Also, you mentioned something about sex always being sacred. And I just want to throw out there, I do think that sometimes sex is sacred. I also think sometimes sex is just great sex. And I think we're in a society where, depending on your gender, some people are not afforded sometimes gender roles and stereotypes dictate that like women don't feel like they can say they just want to have sex, but we don't think twice about men saying it, right? Like we don't think twice about it. And so I feel like there's and then those aren't the only two genders, but I'm just going by our society's current binary around that. I feel like a lot of times I hear women say like, oh, I get attached when I have sex. And I wonder sometimes if that's our way of like making it okay to have sex. It's like, well, I got attached, so I'm not a bad person. You know what? Lots of women have sex because they want to have sex and they don't want a bigger commitment. And I think that should be honored too. So I think all these decisions should be honored.
Believe it or not,
let's do that topic. Invite me when y'all have that topic. Where are the women that don't get attached? Send me the invite for that one. I'll be back for that one.
You know, this one you just
send me the invite for that one. I'll
we'll do that one next week. I promise. We'll bring that up next week. But no, I agree, Jenn. I agree with you. Like I said, for me, this definitely was a personal decision. It was something that came through me just knowing and understanding and having a really, really good understanding of what I want at this point in time in my life. I encourage everyone to do what feels good to them. You know, you don't, if you're thinking about it, it's a great conversation to have. Like, believe it or not, like if you're dating someone new and what do you think about celibacy until marriage? Olin's like, nah, son. I ain't gonna work for me.
Check, please.
check, please.
Check, please.
Can we go have on this dinner? Like, this is Olin right there.
Thank you.
But there's a lot of men out there who are like, you know what? Let's have the conversation. This is how I feel about it. You know, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is what works for me. This is what doesn't. And I think it's just a good conversation to have. Like, essentially, it's my body. Can't nobody tell me what to do with it.
Are you guys talking it over?
We are talking it over. We already talked it over.
Oh, okay.
See, before any of this happened, we talked it over.
Nice. Nice.
And on that note, this has been Trish, Olin,
Big O in the house.
O
team Big O.
And Juicy Jenn.
Thank you.
Jenn, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at juicyjen.com. And I just started a class so you could get on my email list and I'll notify you when I start the next one.
Awesome.
Nice.
Olin, it was great having you here.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about next time we get on to Talk It Over.
Listen, don't you bring this up on Sunday, okay? Let this.
I make no promises. I make no promises.
Listen, this will not be talked about on Sundays or Tuesday. When does it air? Tuesday. It airs Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Yeah.
It's Tuesday. Okay. Well, listen, this we talk about it in Love Corner. No need to bring up old stuff.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
He makes no promises.
None.
Not at
None.
face. No promises. Well, either way, beautiful people, have a great week. Peace.
Slow motion. See y'all.
Love you. Bye.